All right, so I'm up in the woods of Cedar City, Utah, and gonna actually do one of my favorite shuttle rides called Blowhard. And I got a special guest today. It's Nate from Bike Sleep Repeat. This is his old stomping grounds. He knows this trail really well. It's considered a double black diamond, but I don't remember anything on it that is too black. So here's the trailhead. We're at 32,000 feet.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So anyway, we're gonna go have a good time, and we're doing the full test today of the lunch ride. Blowhard. So you can see up here at the top, there's some sort of radar, weather, top secret station, bat cave. I don't know what it is, but it's pretty cool. And there's a tree down, and I'm a little disappointed that Nate didn't just hop over it, but you know, you gotta have momentum for that, so we'll hike over it.
I mean, we're only 4 minutes in, and look how beautiful this thing is already.
We like to come up and ride this trail because the temperature is so much better than St. George right now.
Okay, so if you're not familiar with what the Yeti SB130 lunch ride is, it's basically taking a standard SB130, which is a great bike right out of the gate, and making it just a little bit more enduro friendly by increasing the rear suspension from 130 to 136 or 137, and moving the front fork from a 150 to 160, giving it a lot more cushion.
Pretty loose and dusty so far. I think that's going to be the norm for the whole trail today.
I think I just jinxed myself with that statement. If you're paying attention, you'll notice this trail really changed a lot. From trees to open to back to trees and different kinds of trees and views. It's a very, very eclectic trail, but it's part of the reason why it's so much fun.
And this is where it just gets absolutely breathtakingly beautiful.
Kind of a theme for this trail is dry and loose. So if you don't like loose, this might not be the trail for you. But if you like views...
Last time I rode this, I actually ended up coming down this stuff a little too fast and ended up kicking up one of these rocks and put a hole in my leg. Woo! Ha-ha! And here's where the views just start to get amazing. It's my first real ride since I had my knee issue. We've only gone, heck, a mile, and my legs are already cramping up. So, word to the wise, if you're off your bike anytime significant, make sure you stretch pretty good before you just jump back on, because I'm trying to stretch now, and it might be too late.
I think earlier I called it a double black diamond, and some people do call it that, but I think it's really rated as a black diamond, and this is probably the reason why. This next section.
A mile in and then have to back out. So hopefully you can see the views off to the right. This place is spectacular.
As usual, GoPro does it no justice on just how steep and how loose it really is.
Try and flow through it as much as I can without slamming on the brakes. Pretty sharp turns. Got a couple of switchbacks coming up. This is a really good one. A lot of rocks and roots. So this is a little, I'd say, slightly out of my comfort zone from what I ride on an everyday basis. That's what you got to do sometimes, is take yourself out of it. You. To me, this is where I really like this trail, when it kind of gets into this alpine area with the different trees. Not as loose. And this is what I really wanted to test the lunch ride on, is that kind of chunk there. You know, the 130 by itself handles it pretty well, but I kept feeling like it was slowing me down and not just rolling through it, and that felt like I just went right through it without too much issue. So that's exactly what I was hoping for.
Another thing that I noticed, there are some climbs, and I'm not really showing them on this video, but the Yeti SB130 with the LR, the lunch ride, climbs just as good.
You can see the maintenance on this trail is pretty constant from year to year with all the tree fall. I'm sure it's called blowhard for the fact that it gets windy up here. Tell you what, the bike is absolutely loving this stuff.
I personally believe that bikes actually have an attitude, and this one was really happy today.
So that last section was really fun. You can see it dumps out into this meadow, which is probably got a bunch of elk in it and moose in it throughout the year. Right now it's just got two crazy mountain bikers.
So this is Nate from Bike Sleep Repeat. If you haven't followed him on Instagram or YouTube, please do. Just give him a little follow, Cam. He's a great rider.
A little flow here. So cool. Boy, it's crazy how good this lunch ride wants to take that Boy, that is loose, loose, loose. Raindrops are coming down.
Yeah.
So you might not be able to tell, but right now it is sprinkling, and it's going to turn down into a rain that's going to last for a solid 2 or 3 minutes. That's it. And with how dry this trail is, I can't say we weren't happy about it. Plus it was getting pretty hot. So we were really looking forward to riding in some rain. Look at that, there's still dust on the trail. And yes, it is raining, it's sprinkling.
So far it's just rain, hopefully no lightning. Trails will get a little tackier, hopefully. Here we got some serious chunk coming up here.
So generally speaking, in this area, when we get a little bit of rain, we get what we call hero dirt, and it's something to celebrate. So we thought for sure hero dirt was in store.
Little baby head action in the middle. Oh yeah.
This was another good test of the LR's capabilities, and it flew through it like nothing. So you can see, still dusty, right?
A little bobsled run in here.
Still dry trail, still dusty. Then right about here, I started hearing a little bit of noise.
Now we got a little hail.
Then it's just the hail. But really what it is, I'm starting to pick up a little bit of mud, and it's just flicking up against my seat, making just a slight little noise. But hey, it looks really dry, so I'm just going to continue to ride and enjoy. So if you look at my front tire, you can see there's starting to be a little bit of collection there that I don't notice. I start to think, is there something caught in my tire because it sounded like maybe a tree branch?
I feel like I'm dragging a branch or something. Nope.
The weird thing is you look down and it still looks really dry. And underneath this really fine layer of dust that's turned to mud, it's still dry as a bone. I've never seen anything like it. Can we call it maybe flash mud?
And that's just all this mud caked in.
So you saw the results at the very beginning of the video. So from here was about a mile left, maybe 3/4. Put the bike over the shoulder, did my best to walk back down to the car.
It's too slick. But you can see from start to finish, this trail offers absolute ton of fun. Trust me, even though it didn't turn out great for us, it's still great.
What are the chances?
So this is probably the dirtiest I've ever been since I was a kid. So whew, you can see it was hot wearing that full face helmet. They snuck in on us. They said 68 degrees up top. They didn't tell us it was 174 down here because we're warm. So, but we did it. Nate, do you think you got any PRs today?
No.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would. Okay, stop for a little fuel up. It's always good to use Fairlife Core Power. I'm not sponsored by them yet, but I do drink it after a ride, and it's simply delicious. I have the Elite formula, which is 42 grams of protein, which really helps build muscle, so they say. I just like the flavor. So anyway, great ride up until the time it started to rain. Then we thought, oh, it's gonna be greater because heck, it was starting to get pretty warm, and then it turned to mud. Wah, wah, wah. Almost all the way down to the end. In fact, all the way down to the end. But great trail. I hope you enjoyed it. Nate and I had a great time. He's in there getting his own power core, I'm sure. Anyway, thanks for watching.
RMBL, riding my best life.